welcome back to the pandemic reboot of the Insomnicast. As a token of our gratitude, please enjoy this short clip from the Insomniacs.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Oh, wait, I was supposed to press record? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Uh-oh.
Are you fucking serious?
No?
We stole it, get out of here, scatter.
Somos tres hombres que no son capaces de grabar sin cerveza.
Oh, hey, you're dummy thick, what's good?
Ching chong, me want more meatball.
Joe clapping his ass cheeks. I'm harder as a motherfucker right now.
I didn't order no huevos. I wanted some eggs.
Relationship's like a fart. You gotta force it, it's probably shit.
Pilot podcast can be summed up as the physical definition of a fucking aneurysm.
Fantastic. All right, so we're ready to go, Eric. Whenever you want to pop this,
the
cork and let the wine run.
My Google Doc will not open, but welcome everyone to the episode of the Insomnicast, the reboot. I am your one host, Eric, the Tribrid Trifecta from the Tri-State area. The fact that I still remember that after months of not recording, I don't know. I'm going to pass it off to my other host, Chris.
Yeah, so it's your man, Civil, because it's not ya boy, because I'm 24 now, so grow the fuck up. Don't call me. Don't look for me. Actually, I'm single. If you're looking for someone, it's cuffing season. Christmas is right around the corner. So please, if you're interested. Anyway, so... Anyway, starting off as...
Can I say it's your boy, too? Because you're saying you're 24 and you're not a boy. And I'm like, I'm 27 next week, man. Fuck.
So, starting off on a fireball here. And now just going to pass it over to Joe. By the way, have we found Joe? Is Joe here?
I am here. Wait, can you hear me? Am I here? Just making sure.
Jesus Christ. I almost spit out my hot
year, boys.
So anyway,
it's been one of those. It's been one of those years.
And then we're gonna pass it off to our amazing guest, like a second fucking host to this fucking show. Mike, I'm gonna throw it to you. You're drinking a hot toddy because you spilled tea on yourself.
No, thankfully I didn't. Spitters are quitters, and I swallow that shit.
One of these days, Mike, I will get you to spit.
I don't know if this is sexual or about just talking, but my god,
it's not tonight because my wine is pineapple flavored, and everybody knows what pineapples mean.
We love pineapples, don't we, Mike?
We love pineapples.
You know, actually, we were talking earlier, and Mike, if you do well tonight, we might just consider bringing you on full time. How would you feel about that?
Long as I can spit in those cheeks.
I would prefer if you did, because no one wants dry cheeks around here.
There's 3 pairs of cheeks that you're discussing, so you got to get the right one picked.
Don't pick your cheeks. That's how you get scabs.
My hemorrhoids would hate it.
Absolutely.
Speaking of which, we were talking earlier in the group chat, and we were talking about toilet paper. And someone doesn't want to get the bulk of sandpaper-like toilet paper.
All right,
can you explain to me your rationale?
So, all right, here's the deal with my toilet paper.
I think you mean your ass now.
Do you have a nope, joke didn't come to me. Here's my rationale on buying toilet paper, though. All right, so I buy like shitty sandpaper type toilet paper for myself because I eat too much spicy food that I don't need the soft shit. That anus has been through way too fucking much already.
They hate us because they anus.
So I only buy like a small pack of like really nice. It's actually called Angel Soft, and that's for like when guests come over. I live by myself, and when people come over, I put on the guest toilet paper.
That's true.
Because you don't use my fucking sandpaper. You can use the nice, cushy, comfy stuff that you want to use. I even have baby wipes on my toilet for people when they come over. So for me, that thing's just a fucking black hole shooting fucking shards of glass out because I eat fucking habanero peppers every day.
As like who's pretty much his second roommate, like 90% of the time when I'm there, it's true. He has some nice doo-doo paper for me.
There's always nice doo-doo paper.
So, interesting fact. I was scrolling through, so Instagram has this thing where you can go through your archives of different things that you put on your story, and it saves it for a number of years, I guess. And because this is the reboot of the podcast, I have a picture that I actually took of Eric when we went to a bar right before this pandemic happened, about 2 months before the pandemic happened. Actually, no, 3 months before everything got shut down. On January 16th at 9:42 p.m., we were at Fingers, Wings, and Other Things. And that's where we actually developed the idea to do a podcast. And we're actually coming up on that year anniversary. So I just wanted to throw that out there. And, Eric, it's been almost a year. Amazing.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I can't remember for the life of me what that conversation was where we came up with this idea to record a podcast.
Oh, we were just shooting shit.
Crying, laughing.
Yeah, we were just shooting shit.
Going back and forth constantly with bullshit. And I was just crying, laughing. I was like, we need to record this, man. Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and here we are 11 months later.
And how many episodes have you guys recorded? What, 6?
Like 8.
Hey, fuck you. We had 3 seasons.
We all have different numbers.
We started season 2. I didn't even know we were on a second season. You're like,
season 2 episodes.
Yeah, you guys are already rebooting it.
I was like, wait, when the fuck did we start season 2? I didn't even know this stuff, and I'm like one of the main hosts.
So yeah, the plan is the Insomnicast is supposed to be a weekly podcast, a late night type talk show for all your fun facts and random ass fucking jokes that we make. And it was doing well, and then COVID happened, and we kind of just fell off the fucking planet. And then now, after a bunch of existential crises and a bunch of COVID scares, we're doing it again virtually.
Yeah, so I was looking at your list of things you wanted to talk about.
Ago.
Sorry?
Something we should have done like a long time ago.
Yeah, but anyway, so I was looking at the list. So Eric sent out a list before we started recording just to kind of look at the different topics we were going to talk about. And I meant to put in there, but because I thought it'd be funnier just to not read it at all, because the running joke of this entire year has been I started 2020. Like, I started the pandemic. I started all this shit. And so I thought it'd be good.
Bat, didn't you?
I thought it would be good.
He fucked a goddamn bat. He just looked at it and said, damn, that girl looked good. And I was like, dude, that's a bat. And he's like, that bat looked good.
And so I thought it would just be a good segment to start off with by just kind of all of us reminiscing about all the fucked up things that happened this year because of my snaps. And I put extra emphasis on the S at the end of that snap because there have been multiple times that I have snapped and things have gotten fucked.
Before we go to that, Chris, can you discuss what your snap is, why COVID happened, and the snap that you're discussing?
Yeah,
for anyone who doesn't know.
So back in February, I had broken up with a girl who I had been with for 3 years. And in my own fit of rage, I said, this world needs another plague. And Eric, Joe, and myself decided to meet at a cafe called Nudies. And I said this in the dining area, and I snapped. And within the next couple of weeks, things really started to hit the fan. And by March 20th, everything in Pennsylvania was shut down. And ever since then, every time I snap, just something's fucking gone wrong.
So, Chris, can I ask, when did you acquire the infinity butt plugs? And when did you transform into Thanos?
When did all 5 of the infinity butt
Bold
plugs
of you to assume I had to acquire them, and I just wasn't born with that natural gift.
The gift of having a wide asshole?
The gift of having a tight asshole to put a butt plug on there.
All right, so this is like a serious question. Do they have to be tight for those to fit in? Like, they don't just sag out?
Well, no. Generally, buttholes or assholes, depending on what you call them.
Butthole! Sorry.
Tend to be tight. And when you put a butt plug in there, it meant to expand the anus. That way you can fit a large 5 to 7 inch girthy dick inside of it.
You're working with a lot more than me there.
I'm putting a little too much thought into this because I figure instead of there being an infinity
You're putting thought into this.
the infinity stones are actually Benoit balls.
All right, so you guys are going like real into detail about sex toys. I'm just thinking of an infinity fist. Like, there's an infinity gauntlet, there's an infinity fist that just goes right in the butthole.
Where's the fun in that? Where's the fun in that?
So
you,
but here's the thing,
like a finger or two, and then you slowly just get into the fist.
Here's the flaw. Here's the flaw in your thought about this going in the ass. If it was in the ass, I would have to make my ass cheeks clap in order for bad things to happen, and yet this was a snap.
You did not twerk on a table at Nudie's. I can vouch for that.
That is true. Yeah,
you did twerk. The world might have exploded.
I mean, I can twerk. Have you ever seen me twerk? There's actually a couple videos of me twerking out there somewhere.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've probably seen video of it. I've never seen it, live one-on-one.
Oh, okay. Well, next time I see you,
I don't want to see it live one-on-one. Let me clarify.
I'll wear my juicy sweatpants just for you.
But to go on to what your original question was of like things that went wrong during 2020, my car broke down. My car broke down again. My car broke down again.
Wait, hold on a second. The first time your car broke down, what happened?
All right, so my car broke down. I called a bunch of mechanics, and people were like, "Yeah, it sounds like a battery issue." Because like I was driving to Joe's house actually, and we're gonna grab lunch together. And I drove around the block. I started my car. I pulled out my driveway, and it was just not driving right. And I'm like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable driving 45 minutes to go visit Joe when my car's not driving right to begin with. So I just did a loop around my fucking house. Do the loop around my house, and as I put my car in reverse to back up into my driveway, it breaks down in the middle of the fucking road and blocks all traffic for the entire road. And I'm like, well, fuck.
I got that phone call. It's like, hey, I can't make it.
Yeah, I called Joe. I'm like, hey, like, I'm not able to make it. My car just broke down. That's the thing. I was talking to some chick at that point, and I was like, hey, like, we had plans later today. I can't make it because my car just broke down in my fucking driveway. Like, it's in my driveway, but, like, sticking out and blocking the road.
We were trying to put it back in the driveway. We almost broke the door off.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. But, yeah, no, so I, like, finally fucking, like, gets, like, Joe to come over. He's coming over to push the car back in my driveway. I go get a battery and everything, do all that. We go to like the party that we're supposed to go to. We're going to, like, it was a COVID safe party, an outdoor party that we're going to like sit outside and celebrate someone's birthday or some shit, or 4th of July or whatever the fuck it was. This is like back in the summer. And
yeah.
me and Joe are pushing the car back in, and I have the driver door wide open because I'm steering the fucking car while we're pushing it. And the door just hits the side of my house and starts bending backwards. I'm like, we're gonna rip the fucking door off. So we like push it forward, shut the door, push it back, put it in park, whatever, fuck it. So then I go with Chris to go get a battery, and he goes, before you even try putting in the battery, try and start your car.
I guarantee it'll start.
Yeah, you can quote yourself. I mean, he literally is like, I guarantee if you put your key in the ignition, your car is gonna start right fucking now. And I was like, fuck you, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
I sit in my car. He's standing in front of my car. And I see him through the fucking windshield.
I snap.
And I start the car, and it starts up. And I just throw him 2 middle fingers. And I go, fuck you.
Yep. And we have this on video, like, ladies and gentlemen.
No Nostradamus bullshit that you're pulling.
So, and then there was another. What were some other things? Like, I've said things and then they've happened. So I'm at work one day and the light kept flickering above me, and I and we're in a group Snapchat, and I just go, I have a feeling someone's gonna die today. Mm-hmm. And that night it was a Friday night. That night I was going down to I think it was a Friday night. I was going down to the Phillies game to socially distant outside with the Fanatic crew. And everyone starts looking at their phone, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, we're watching the game. Why are people on their phones? And a couple of people look a little sad and whatnot. And so I'm like, all right, I'll look at my phone, and I like pop it open. And the first thing that I see, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, the Supreme Court Justice. And I just had to think back like 5 hours beforehand when I said, I just have a feeling someone important's going to die today. Let's see. The 4th of July, Eric, we were over at your place for another socially distant party, and Joe was
you flat out
inside, passed out on your couch, and at the time Joe was with somebody, and I had said, damn, they have a fantastic relationship. Like, I really want to have a relationship modeled after them. And then 2 days later, they broke up. And
Well, to be clear, 2 days later, she broke up with me.
Right. But not even that. You said Joe and your significant other, like, you guys are a good couple. Like, I can't see you guys breaking up. And then you turned to another couple and said, who was also at the party, and was like, hey, you two are like perfect. I don't see you guys splitting up. And then they split too, like 3 weeks after Joe's break. And I was just like, what? Chris, you wish good things on people, and then bad things happen.
Chris, I love you, but shut the fuck up sometimes, man.
Just stop talking.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Scary Movie?
Yeah.
Like Scary Movie 3? Where they're making fun of The Ring and shit like that?
Yeah.
Chris is like the fucking possessed child who's just going around delivering bad news.
Right.
Like, hey,
you're gonna die in a week. That's not real hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so here we go. Here's what I'll do. To make up for all of the nastiness of 2020 and all the bad things that have happened. Here's what I will do.
For your sins.
We did a podcast back in March, and I tried to do a reverse snap, and we lost the audio.
And it got worse.
And it got absolutely worse. So here's what we're going to do. Because we're doing another podcast, I'm going to try and do another reverse snap. The only thing is there might be a caveat where on January 1st, we wake up and it's 2020 again. And we get a do-over. But...
No, I'm not doing that.
So, in a few seconds, I'm going to snap, and then things are going to start getting better. All right, you ready? Here we go. 3...
Wait, Civ.
2... What?
Because... Are you going to snap or are you going to twerk? Because last time we recorded a podcast, Joe was able to capture his cheeks clapping on the microphone.
Ah, yes.
Ah, that is true. Well, anyway, I'm going to snap, and then I will twerk for you later. So here we go. 3... Remember, this is a reverse snap. 3, 2, 1... Congratulations. Everything's going to get so much better.
My arm just fell off my fucking chest. What the fuck, dude?
I literally just sunk back in my chair, finished my glass of wine, and thought to myself, what the fuck have I just done?
And now Sarah else is gonna die.
I think I've just fallen and I can't get up.
Oh my god. Have you guys done anything fun during your 2020 while you're like stuck at home? I mean, I'm sure some of us are still going into work. Have you guys been doing anything fun? Like projects that you've been working on or anything?
Been going to the gym more. There's that.
That's good.
Yeah.
I kind of been a dumbass. Kind of a little bit. I kind of went to Disney World. I went to Arizona. I went to like South Jersey a few times, and like of course I was like safe the entire time. I wore my mask and hand sanitizer, and I kept away from people. I stayed in like my like group and stuff and like friends. But like Mike said, like, oh, you went back to the gym. I actually ordered like more workout equipment and started saving up. So I like when I have my own place, I can eventually build my own home gym. So that's something to make up that I've been doing. And one of the best things is I reconnected with an old friend. So we've been catching up and talking more and like helping out a lot. She's been helping me a lot through this whole pandemic. So it's been going well.
Nice. So, I mean, like most people, I had to work from home for a little bit. Fortunate enough that I didn't lose my job. But I've been back in the office now since June. So about 6 months that I've been back. Kind of, we've been having clients come back into that want to come in, and we've been limiting that. So it's been good. And similarly to Joe, I've connected with some people from my past throughout the year. There's a couple people that I've disassociated from, for better or worse. So it's been an up and down year. I mean, it started off pretty shitty. It got a little better, and then it got really shitty, and then it got a little better, and then it got really shitty again. And now it just kind of seems like we're on a little bit of an uptick. So maybe we can close out the year on a high note. And speaking of high notes, I'm now on my third glass of wine.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm a bottle and a half in.
Oof.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, before I jump into your bottle and a half of wine, Mike, what have you been up to for 2020? Any like personal achievements or anything fun that you've done?
Well, I know you guys were talking about dating, and I will say the pandemic has probably helped out in that respect. As you guys know, I do try and stay out of Tinder or Hinge. I have not really used those for a bit. However, wearing a mask definitely helps, because then they don't actually have to see that you look like a burn victim.
They don't see all the fucked up shit under your nose. Yeah, I got you.
Exactly. The nose included.
Yeah, I'm missing a tooth. It's fine. No worries.
Oh my god.
So what happens when you take off the mask? Are they just too far invested at that point?
Is it just like okay, fine, let's do it.
At that point, I've contracted, or they have contracted me like cancer. I've been attached, and there's just no turning back. And then they just die. Usually Kurt Cobain style, but
so it's not self.
So with a shotgun and you're Courtney Love because you murdered them, I'm concerned about that.
Let's not get into specifics. I feel like you're
legally, I should not say anything right now. My lawyer is waving me to stop talking.
No.
So Mike, I need to ask you because you don't use Hinge, you don't use Tinder, you don't use Bumble, you don't use Coffee Meets Bagel, you don't meet Happen, you don't meet Meets, you don't use Cougar Date, you don't use J Date, you don't use Christian Mingle, you don't use Plenty of Fish.
Jesus fuck.
We're not being sponsored by any of these people. Why are you mentioning their names?
I've given us money to talk about them.
No, I'm just naming the ones that I've
up.
used this year. Anyway,
Chris, you forgot Grindr.
Fuck you. We'll get to you in a second, Joe. But anyway, so you don't use any of these apps. So I gotta ask 2 questions. So it's a 2-part question for you. The first one is
before you ask your question, he lives in New York.
Yeah. So also the fact that you live in New York. The first part of this question is, how do you meet these ladies?
He lives in New York. I already answered that one.
Well, I mean, to be honest, just me having to work throughout the entire fucking pandemic. I'm normally having to deal with the public. I have to dress well, and I have to sell shit. So I'm my most charming.
So you're a prostitute.
Ah, he sells his body for money. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I got from that.
Yeah.
In a way, I guess.
All right, so then my second question is so you have to sell yourself, and you gotta sell shit. You're great at selling yourself. What's your body count this year?
It's impolite to kiss and tell.
No, I was trying to kind of be a little bit better and look for something a little bit more stable. Didn't pan out that way, but I had more luck in terms of like flirting and then going on dates, but I was also not trying to just kind of go get laid or anything.
Very respectable.
Yeah.
That's like the thing. If you go out before COVID, if you go out with the idea of like, oh, I'm going to go get some, and you go home and you don't get some, it's like self-defeating. So just go out and just have a good time, have fun, where it goes.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's a fine line between that and also wanting to just raw dog someone at 2 a.m. behind the Applebee's.
I mean, Applebee's is a prime location. I mean, come on. You can go in and get your protein afterwards with your little, like, half-price apps. Come on.
Funnily enough, one of the people on my body count was the waitress there. So,
that actually leads right into the next topic that I had down. It was, like, dating during COVID. Like, how you guys doing with that stuff? Like, how is dating during COVID is just, like, a different aspect. I mean, I got out of a 5-year relationship back in 2019 and started dating, and then, like, COVID happened, like, 5 months after that relationship. And it was just like, oh, word. So, like, you're just going to come to my house and watch movies? All right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so, like, these different girls that I've talked to, they've just been like, yeah, like, I don't really feel comfortable going out to restaurants or, like, going out to bars or anything, or, really going very much anywhere aside from possibly going on a hike. But it's like, you live alone now. You have your own place. Let's just watch movies and shit.
Well, that's the thing, too, is, like, I don't do it in a creepy way. I'm like, hey, like, I know you probably want to go to a restaurant or anything. Like, we can hang out and watch movies on my couch, and we can cook dinner together and all that shit, because, like, I can fucking cook.
Well, to just kind of bring both of your guys' egos down just a notch, how many times have you also, talked to each other on the group chat or let us in on what happened, and you're like, yeah, that was a mistake.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no, like 100%. Like, yeah, no, like easy ones, hell yeah. But yeah, no. The ones who want the relationship are the ones that I push away, man. Someone sent me a meme. They were like, "Oh man, like I really like talking to you and everything," and I was like, "Yeah, cool." And they're like, "No, like I really want to like talk to you," and I was like, "Oh no, we're not doing the real thing. I'm sorry. I'd like to, but like it's dark behind that closet door. There's a lot of skeletons. It's fine."
Yeah, so there's been a few that have been cool with just the friends with benefits thing. There's been a few that said they were cool with the friends with benefits thing, and then they were like turning around and being like, "No, I want a relationship," and that's when it was kind of like, "Boof, get out of here." And then there's the ones that strictly just want the relationship, and those just tends to be the easiest ones because it's you can start off on that path, and then if there's not a spark, then it's just kind of you just gotta end it.
Joe, what about you?
What about what?
Have you just spaced out the entire fucking time?
I don't really know, like, because I know it's like a podcast, we're supposed to talk. I lately been working on just like not sharing things that people need to know, and like keeping my opinion more to myself. But like relationship wise, like, I use the dating apps and I'm trying to be respectful, like I honestly like to get to know the person a little bit before anything serious happens, and just like COVID did change a factor where it's like, hey, are you comfortable hanging out? Do you just want to do a virtual date? Do you want to do like a hike date? Like, like I'm perfectly fine with whatever they are comfortable with. It's just like, I'm just, lately I've been doing my own thing and things have been going pretty well with it. Like, I'm just riding with it. Like, don't get me wrong, there's things where it's like, it's shit. And, it's one after the other. If like, this sucks, I hate this sucks. But over time, things are getting like slowly better.
Yeah, but don't you also, come running up to us and giving high fives when you eat someone's ass?
Nope, that's
not
me.
I would say the high five part yet. The last part you just said, no, I do not do that. That's not my.
I do that
on my menu.
I want everyone out there listening to this podcast to know.
That's more of Chris's signature move.
It's not a signature move, man. It's a generation.
Is this like a WWE thing? He fucking
when
goes
this
to the top
world.
rope.
Oh my god! He threw him up the hell in the cell.
When this
He gets
world,
the crowd riled up and then spreads those cheeks and just digs his tongue in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Chris's thing. Yeah.
So let me just explain this to you guys. When this world goes post-apocalyptic, ass eating is going to be the currency that we all live by.
So, anyway.
Wait. So getting back into relationships and dating and stuff, one of the things we used to do on the podcast way back when we first started doing this in the beginning of the year.
Ooh, I have something that's an old throwback to the original episodes, yeah.
Is it the swivel slide?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what I was getting into.
The swivel goddamn slide.
Fuck yeah.
That was like a slide for a car. But yeah, no, Swivel, I started doing it again, and I think I had messaged you at one point that I'm taking it back. But the people that I would do the swivel slide to listen to the podcast, I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm getting one," and I was like, "Oh fuck."
Are you serious? Were they like, "Hey, this is great. I'm getting a swivel slide"?
No, they were like, it was like a hot fling for a minute where like we'd like message back and forth for a bit, and then like they'd laugh when I'm like, no, like let me actually take you out on a date. And they're like, no, it's like a bit. It's a bit for your podcast. You're gonna bring this up, and I was like, no, like this worked. It actually fucking worked. And it just turned into like I shot myself in the foot because the swivel slide was on the podcast. I did it, had like decent people that I'd like to actually go out on a date with, and they're like, but it's like a bit for your podcast. I'm just gonna be a fucking story on your podcast. I was like, well, now you are, but fuck, man, that could have been something.
Man.
What is the swivel slide?
So basically, at the beginning of the year, when I first became single again for the first time in like 3 years, I developed a theory that on social media, when you post things, that people who consistently like your what?
The fire emoji, right?
No, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. So, like, people that consistently liked your posts and the things that you posted or interacted with stuff that you put on your story, they had a general interest in you. And in order to test that theory, you would then go to the next level of sending them a fire emoji when they post something on their story to start a conversation. Now, Eric has had a lot more luck with this than I have, mainly just because I'm an awkward piece of shit that nobody likes. But I eat ass, so I mean that's got to be a redeeming factor. And I don't do it after 2 craft beers. I just do it sober. And
hey, whoa, that was like a hipster slam towards me, man. Damn, ouch.
But anyway, so then Eric and I basically started just messaging people that we found attractive on Instagram to start conversations with them. Now, granted, I had a few good ones, and Eric has had a lot of good ones. But that is basically the swivel slide. It's a social media theory. I think at some point we should run this past our communications professor back at the college.
And see if a study can be done on
because I mean, if we can get this published, I think this could go global.
It's absolutely like a millennial. I mean, you're a Gen Zer, but like a millennial,
I'm on the cusp.
Way to connect with people, especially during 2020. It's been fire to like connect to people through like social media and like not actually see them in person.
And it's not like creepily jumping into random people's DMs. This is people have been liking your posts.
It's not sending a message and go, I'd sniff that asshole.
Right,
but
right.
I heard the spit on recording. But
actually, I have to say I have done the same thing unintentionally. So there was someone I did match with on Tinder way back when I actually did have a Tinder, and
a Grinder. You misspoke.
Yeah, Grinder. I remember I posted several posts on Instagram when on my new account, and I saw that she liked it, so then I just sent her a message when she posted, and we have been talking ever since. So
I'm telling you, we need to make this an actual study.
It needs to be like it also needs to be like trademarked. Like the swivel slide needs to be like TM'd.
So I think my next project, my end of 2020 project going into 2021, is going to be using research from 2020 about actually conducting the swivel slide, and then doing the theory behind that, and then presenting it to our professor.
So for 2021, can we also test out if wet ass pussy is a real thing?
In the Lord and Savior Ben Shapiro's words, that's not real.
It's medically impossible.
All right, so the reboot is literally just a bunch of dudes sitting in a room talking about sex. All right.
There is a kink for people just being cum denied, where they're told you can't cum or you can't jerk off.
Well, do you have experience with this?
Cum denial?
Mm-hmm.
Cum denial?
Edging, I've had experience with. Edging is fun. I recommend that.
That's essentially a denial of you being allowed to come to edge.
Well, like, me and partner, if we are if we're aligned like that, we will engage in activities like that. And I think it's fun. I think in order to have a healthy relationship with someone, you need to also be comfortable with them.
Yeah, I mean, like, all right,
I agree with Mike on that.
We'll be like bros and like shoot the shit with like some bullshit there, but like, yeah, no, like emotional attachment is one thing, but then there's also like you have to be able to like sexually be able to have a conversation with your partner.
All I'm gonna say
hey, like, I don't know, that fucking dildo looks interesting in you. I mean, I might be interested in it.
All I'm gonna say is that the only way to a happy marriage is eating her ass, and if none of you are willing to eat her ass, then I'm sorry, it's just not going anywhere.
The best way to a woman's heart is eating it through her ass.
Exactly.
The first 2020 woman's heart is her ass.
The one girl who I ate her ass this year, I mean, she was ready to get married.
Yeah, but didn't she also stalk you?
No, she didn't have a car.
Wasn't it like driving?
Oh God, I remember her.
It was like driving Miss Daisy, like you were the driver.
Wait, did you pick her up on a corner? Was there an exchangement of pay?
No, she had her own place.
That still didn't answer my question about the payment.
I mean, technically, I picked her up and dropped her off on the same corner, but that was just for ease of picking up and putting down.
So anyway, so what are you guys drinking? I know, Siv, you brought up that you're drinking some wine.
Yeah, I'm actually on my way to go get my 4th glass of wine. I'll be right back.
All right. So, Mike, what are you drinking?
I've actually just stayed sober. I had some tea.
Nice. What kind of tea?
Just mint. I wanted something refreshing, and since we stayed up late playing games last night, I don't really feel like getting fucked up tonight.
Right.
I want fucking sleep.
Right. Mint tea is always good. I sent a picture of all the tea I have in my cabinet. And, like, I have, like, 10 different types of tea in my tea cabinet. And this chick that I Snapchatted it to literally goes, well, English breakfast tea is, like, the basic bitch version of tea. And I was like, all right, that's, like, my weak-ass coffee that I drink in the morning. If I don't want to drink coffee in the morning, I drink fucking English breakfast. So get the fuck off my dick. Like,
English breakfast is pretty fucking good. I like that to start the morning sometimes, especially after a run.
Yeah, and I have Earl Grey. I love Earl Grey, but to be honest, Lady Grey is so much better than Earl Grey. I don't know if you ever had Lady Grey. Type of tea.
No, I'm actually drinking My Name is Earl Grey.
Oh, nice. Was that a joke or is that real?
It's a joke.
Yeah. But no, Earl Grey is like super good. It's got caffeine in it, so it wakes you up. But Lady Grey is Earl Grey, but they add like lemon to it or something. They add like some sort of citrus to it. Now I normally put like a squirt of honey and a squirt of fucking lemon in my tea. But Lady Grey is like everything that you don't have to add anything to it. You just fucking drink it. It's good. I mean, I don't put sugar in anything too because I'm boring as fuck. So
see, to bring it back to our last talking point, usually I just add a squirt of my partner. Just add that in my tea.
Anyway, so Joe, what are you drinking?
I had a bottle of champagne earlier today, but right now I am on my second Dogfish Namaste. I like it. I remember you introduced me to it when it was a green label and everything, but they changed the recipe and now it's a little bit different. But I think it's still pretty good from what I remember.
I think the new recipe they reduce the amount of coriander in it. I think. Yeah. I love coriander. If you throw coriander in fucking beer, I'm drinking it.
Because I always look for it, Namaste, like the green label. I'm like, oh, there's probably 2. And then it took me like a year or so later. And then you brought up to me, like, no, they probably changed the recipe. I'm like, oh, well, I do like this one. It's still really good. And like, it's one of my top 5 favorite, like, go-to beers when I go to the beer store if I don't see any, like, craft beers and shit.
Yeah, I love their label. They do amazing label work with their art. Mm-hmm. But I did give you a sample. I have to give Mike and Chris, I have to give you samples of what I recently brewed.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, so like I hate winter beers, but I brewed a winter beer and then I gave it to Joe, and Joe's like, "What the fuck is in this? This is amazing." And I was like, "Would you say it's the best beer I ever brewed?" And he's like, "It's fucking amazing, yes."
Yeah.
But it's winter warmer. It's just a winter ale that I threw in spruce tips, and then I took a picture of my dog, who's a little wiener, and called it winter warmer.
Man, I wish if it wasn't not COVID times, I would have brought back some of the cider I had in upstate New York this year. That shit was delicious. It was a Lionhead distillery, giving them a shout out for all 3 listeners.
I'm offended by that.
Is it because you're one of the listeners?
Yes. Producer, editor, listener, bitch.
Hey, man, I produce this shit, not you.
Hey. Co-produce.
Which one is the executive producer?
And you're like my co-producer.
No. This isn't like softball where I'm the head coach and you're a co-coach.
I'm just a guy who gets drunk on the bench. Softball season, boys.
Yeah. I'm so depressed that didn't happen this year.
Oh, no. Shame. And I have like 30 fucking shirts that say Leonard Kenny Irish on it.
Oh, we gotta sell.
December 26th, season 9. And 3 shots at night, midnight of Christmas night. Sheepdog whiskey, peanut butter whiskey, and I'm deciding either between gin or amaretto.
Mm-hmm.
Gin.
Yeah, go with
amaretto's
gin.
Not a shot drink.
Okay. Oh, so I've had, with 2020 and us not recording the podcast, I've had a ton of celebrities in my basement that I have not released. And Chris, I was just curious of those celebrity guests we had for this episode.
Oh, yeah. So when Joe went to Disney World, he actually kidnapped Kermit the Frog. And Joe has been keeping him. So most of them have been in your basement. This one has been in Joe's ass. He smuggled
I've smuggled him back through the plane.
Yeah, he smuggled him through the airport and didn't get COVID checked. Kermit didn't. So Kermit has actually made his way over. He's been staying with me for the last week to recover from his PTSD, or PTSD. So he's a special. He's our special guest tonight. He actually had a couple questions that he wanted to ask Mike. And so if he wants to come in here, we'll just, if you guys are ready, we can just have him ask Mike a few questions, our special guest, with our celebrity guest.
Yeah, hey, Kermit, come up here. It's finally your time to shine, man. Come over here.
That's Joe pulling him out of his ass.
I thought he was already out of his ass. Can you guys at least keep a fucking continuality with your fucking story if you're setting up a whole little segment? God damn.
What do you mean? That was good. That was perfect.
No. Sim's saying he's already out of his ass. Now you're saying he's pulling it out. Joe is pulling it out of his own ass.
He was out of his ass. Put him back in.
He's in the trying to have crying right now.
We switched asses.
You switched asses.
Yeah.
I'm frustrated by this timeline. Kermit was not in the ass. He's in the ass.
He's in the ass. He's not in the ass. He's talking bullshit.
Clearly,
he was in Vietnam. He's not in Vietnam anymore.
No,
what is going on?
You literally killed him.
I have to assume it's a lot better than your experience with Miss Piggy and her OnlyFans recently, Tim.
Well, so here's the thing about Miss Piggy. When I haven't been in Disney now for a couple months, and got a little frog leg, and
you need a little tadpole.
Yeah,
a little tadpole.
Yeah, I just gotta pull my tadpoles a little bit.
I mean,
Kermit, I think Mike actually took Miss Piggy. She's been taken.
No. If anything, we all know that Chris was banging Miss Piggy from his accounts with the OnlyFans girl.
No, that wasn't Chris. I actually used his Hinge. Somehow I actually got him banned.
Wow.
Wow. God damn.
I have to assume.
And Joe's dead. I want to get back to the fact that you got banned from Hinge. I'd like to hear that story if you have a second to talk about it.
Yeah, so I have no idea what happened here. I 90% of the people that I had even sent the little heart to, or even the rose to, because apparently you get a rose to every day now.
Yeah, now they have like the whole bachelor shit on Hinge where you can send roses to people. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, so 95% of the people that I sent the heart or the rose to, I didn't even say anything. I just sent them a heart because I figured even if I said anything, it's not going to boost my chances of them wanting to start a conversation with me. And so the 5% of the people that I did start, send a message to, and most of that was just like, hey, you and your dog are pretty cute, or hey, your tattoos are really dope, or hey, your sculptures are really cool that you do, because there's some people that do sculptures and shit. But a couple weeks ago, I had matched with a girl from OnlyFans, and we were talking, and we exchanged contact information and whatnot, and I wasn't really feeling it after a couple times hanging out, and so I just stopped talking to her, and next thing I know is I'm banned from Hinge. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. I tried to appeal it. They have not reinstated my account to date. I'm actually checking right now to see if my phone number will log in here. But it's just been it's been interesting. I'm not really sure why I got banned from Hinge. And the email that they sent me was just that I violated their terms and services, and are your terms and service? Yeah. So okay, it's still been banned. Your account has been removed. You have been banned from using Hinge for violating our terms and service. If you subscribe to a preferred membership, you can cancel your subscription here. If you would like to appeal the account ban, please submit your request here. And so I did the appeal a couple days ago, and I have not yet received a response. And it's quite a shame because Hinge had kind of been heating up a little bit, if you know what I mean.
So how bad did you violate this girl? Did you take a dump on her chest, or? I mean, that would be really violating. I wouldn't want that either.
Yeah, I don't know how you got banned from that.
Yeah. So not really sure, but I'm hoping my appeal goes through. If I have to, I'll take it all the way to the Supreme Court. And so that's my Hinge story. Hopefully, I have a door to hang it on.
A door hinge. Yeah, man, I don't really have much more to ask you guys about.
Have we covered everything already? There's no possible way. It's only been an hour.
I mean, there's the one that's the quote that's a speech from Joe about something that you... This is verbatim what Joe sent me when I was putting the format together. Something about not recognizing how you're present yourself or embracing the shit.
Joe, were you drunk?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
how you have this savant-like understanding of the world when you have alcohol in you. Like, you have the same ability in Among Us that you were able to understand this fucking sentence.
Something about not recognizing how you're present yourself or embracing the shit is the exact quote. Joe, would you like to elaborate?
So it's like a two-parter. The embracing yourself part, it's like let's say you do your schedule. You wake up, you do your routine, you shower, you shave, deodorant, change, work, come home, clean, eat, sleep, repeat over and over again. But in between your daily habits, you have your interactions with people. You have even with COVID, before COVID and after COVID, you have the mask, no mask, your phone calls, text, voice, FaceTime, podcast. You have interactions with people. And I didn't realize this, and it was something that I guess I did need to hear, how this year was going. I had a rough summer, possibly one of the toughest summers of my life to date. A couple weeks ago, I caught up with my brother. He flew in from California. Well, technically, he finished his deployment and then went to California and then came here to PA. And I was catching up with him, and we were all talking and stuff. He had some friends catch up with us too, so we're all talking, just telling stories, just like how it was, just how everyone's doing. I left to go get lunch with a friend, and my dad told me, actually, when I came home, after they were still at the bar, they actually were still drinking, but he said to me, one of the people that I was at the bar, literally said the moment I left, going oh, Joe looks like he's doing really well, phenomenal and happy, even after going through everything he's been through. She knew, I went through a breakup, I had to leave my job, I got let go from my job, whole COVID effect, just everything I went through, she knew, and I don't mind because, she's a close family friend with my brother and all that, and it's just something I didn't realize that how I presented myself in front of other people with people who know like the shit I went through, it's just like one of the things, like you never know how you truly present yourself in front of other people until someone else brings it up when you're not around. And it's just the fact that you want to surround yourself with people that you want to be, and like that's what I've been doing, like be happy and all that, and like that's why I have you guys and stuff, and it's like really working out well. And the embracing the shit part is pretty much like I have a few philosophies for life. It's things are going great, awesome. However, there are going to be shitty times. But remember, it's just for the now, and timing can be a week, a day, a year. Things are going to get better. And I thought that just, have this as a recording to whomever like to listen, any friends, future friends, family, all that. Like, things suck, but, it'll get better in time. So that's what I have for my notes. And I should probably stop drinking.
Jesus.
To piggyback off of that and to talk about not drinking, since we've last spoken on the podcast, we did a Sobertober.
We did.
Yeah.
And I know for myself...
A modified one.
A modified one, yes.
Well, we shifted that. It started in September and ended early in October for Halloween, but yep.
So basically there was no nicotine, no alcohol, and no weed. Those were the main rules of it. And I know for the first 4 weeks of that month, I hated my own existence.
Mm-hmm.
The first 4 weeks of that month? That's the entire month, bud?
Let's not get into specifics here, all right?
I would say it was tough for me just after the first week. Like, literally, the second we started and the second it was, like, day 7, the first second, I was like, fuck. Like, wow, like that's when it really opened up my mind and eyes more. But like as like the weeks went by, I had more days. I was like, no, I don't want to drink. But like I literally had like some, I want to say Jimmy Neutron moments, like brain blast, where it's like I'm gonna rearrange my room, I'm gonna be more organized, I'm gonna set up a calendar. Like it helped me get back on my feet to be even better than I was before the pandemic.
I mean, I managed to quit smoking entirely, and I still have not had a actual cigarette since Sobertober.
Nice.
So I haven't smoked a legitimate cigarette, but I've smoked some fucking jewels because like I vape, bruh. But I haven't smoked an actual cigarette since. But yeah, no, Sobertober was like a really good reflection time for me to get a lot of stuff done. I started writing again. I started, reading more than I should. Like reading to the point that like on my lunch break, I have an hour lunch break. I'll just fucking read the whole time. Definitely a lot of like self-reflective stuff that I learned. I maybe cheated 1 or 2 days with like having a beer because I went on a date and I was like, well, I don't want to be the weirdo who doesn't have a beer. And then like took 2 sips out of it and then just left it at the table.
You lying bitch.
How I don't know what you are talking. Hey, thanks for coming to the reboot of the Insomnicast. I'm going to cut it off before Mike starts yelling at me.
Bro, hold on. There was a punishment for
I ate my goddamn Alfredo and I ran a fucking 5K. Suck it.
No. We will make the fettuccine Alfredo and you will run suicides with us watching.
No, I don't trust any one of you in this entire podcast. I don't trust anyone.
Not my specialty. I'm better at making cereal.
Especially, none of you are as Italian as me. I don't trust any one of you making fettuccine Alfredo for me.
I'm pretty good at boiling pasta.
At all.
I can boil
I do
pasta.
not trust it.
So anyway, my sober October
Stop the count.
Was yeah.
It was a nice 5 seconds.
My sober October was probably the worst month of my life. Having gone through a breakup in February with someone that I'd been with for 3 years, October was the worst month of my life. And I sincerely hate...
I'm going to cut you off real quick. My sober October also had the anniversary of me breaking up with my 5-year relationship. Continue.
I didn't know it was a dick waving contest to see who was more miserable.
I got it out.
Anyway, my sober October sucked. I hated every second of it. I hate all of you for making me do it. And that's why I'm currently now on my 5th glass of wine and have killed an entire bottle of pineapple Moscato.
So this is 2 bottles now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you sound phenomenal.
Yeah, that's just because sober October didn't set me back. Didn't
reduce your tolerance.
Yeah.
So everyone listening, thank you for listening.
Well, we're not going to do cards?
Well, so that's what I was about to get into. Was we usually do Cards Against Humanity to close out the episode.
Oh, we're already closing it out.
Oh, shit. I thought we were going to keep going, man. I thought it was going
it's been, what, like 2 hours?
It's been
It's
an hour.
been an hour.
It's been an hour? Yeah, an hour is a solid amount of time for the podcast episode.
How dare you? Just cutting us off like that?
Yeah, and then we're going to hop into the other chat and play some video games. Which, by the way, so here's me closing it out.
Wait, no. You need to start this over again.
I'm never going to say that.
So you need to start this exit strategy again, Mr. Bush.
Mission accomplished.
We got him.
And recording.
So thank you guys for listening to the reboot remix of the Insomnicast. We're bringing it back. We're going to put it on everywhere you listen to podcasts that you enjoy. We don't have any sponsors. If anyone would like to sponsor us, that'd be cool. We drink a shit ton of beer while doing this, so like beer sponsors would be the coolest.
Or wine.
Actually, I do have a sponsor.
Are you paying?
No, I have a sponsor that will be paying us. The website is called www.onlyflans.com. They offer all the flan that can fill your heart's desire. Delivery day or night. It comes in a nice big warm package.
Mike, I'm gonna need you to give me a 30-second commercial skit right now on the spot. OnlyFlans. What is it? And you're the slap chop guy.
And welcome to our sponsor, OnlyFlans. Mike, please take it away.
I thought I would intro it, considering this is my concept. But okay, Eric. Okay.
Hey guys, so welcome to OnlyFlans, or welcome to the Insomniac. Wow, fucking bullshit.
Brought to you by OnlyFlans.
Thanks for listening to the Insomnicast, a podcast, late night type talk show that all of y'all can listen to. We are
need to talk about
OnlyFlans. It's all about flans. You can stream flans day or night at your house. You can order flans, and they come to you at any day or time of night. They will come to your house at 3 a.m. If you want flan, they're there for flan. They're there for it. So it's only flans. It's only your flan. You can order flan today with discount code Insomnicast right on their website. The only flan website. You can get 30% off your first order for this monthly subscription box of amazing flans. Phenomenal flans. I eat flan every goddamn day. It's great for your digestive system. It's just wonderful. It's super sexual and ASMR. If you're into ASMR. So, like, you can eat flans all day, every day. Thanks, guys. Thanks, OnlyFlans.
Hey, Eric.
Was that a good ad read? Or
no,
what?
It wasn't. It sounded terrible.
Well,
how dare you?
Seeing that we're all now giving a pitch for OnlyFlans, here we go. All right, here we go. Brought to you by OnlyFlans, the only flan that you can use in bed. You can wear it as a hat. You can use it as a seat. You can use it if you even wanted to beat your meat. It's great in your mouth. It's fantastic in a house. And if you really would like to and be nice, you can give it to a mouse. OnlyFlans are small. OnlyFlans are tall. They are jiggly and small, but they can go very far if you throw them in the air. And you can wear the custard and cream is the best for me, and all I need to say is go to OnlyFlans and get your package today. 30% off of 100% of the things you buy for 100% of the price.
So you have to give our discount code.
Oh, yeah. Discount code is fuck you.
Actually, I have a celebrity guest to do the pitch for OnlyFlans.
Sorry, we were just trying to give our best shot. Joe, what's your OnlyFans pitch?
I don't have one.
What a pitch. Amazing. That's the one we have to go with.
Wow.
Hi,
That was
Billy Mays
fantastic.
here
Thank you so
with
much.
OnlyFans.
I love this podcast. It's a phenomenal podcast. The best podcast. But, thanks for listening to the Insomnicast. It's been a wonderful episode. Glad you guys were along with our journey. I am the Tribrid Trifecta from the tri-state area, Eric. And I'll pass it off to my other host, Chris, who will derail the sign-off perfectly.
I'm not done.
I am kind of upset that you think I derail the opening and the closing of this cold open podcast. I'm not the one sitting here who scripts this shit because, I can't just do things on the fly. I do everything on this show on the fly. Everything that comes out of my mouth is literally coming out of my mouth as I think about it. And it's probably not for the best, and it means a lot of things I gotta edit. But anyway, like Eric said, my name is Chris. Don't try and find me. Don't call me. But if you're single and you like to have your ass eaten, just give me a chance. And you can find me on Instagram at Real Civil. That's Sivel, not civil like the war. That wasn't as civil as you thought. And now I'm just going to hand it off to the other guest. Hopefully he's still here. Sometimes we lose him. His name is Joe.
The other host. You said guest.
How the fuck do I follow that? So I don't do the stuff that Chris does, but if you literally just like to get to know someone over brunch, virtual, in person, 6 feet apart, whatever, I'll wear a mask and everything.
This is not a dating app profile.
You're ruining my exit.
I'm Eric. You heard from Chris. You heard from Joe trying to give a dating profile. Follow Joe at JLo, whatever, 9364.
And Mom says I'm really handsome.
And then to our special guest, Mike, who might become a new host on the show because Joe's fucking up.
Please do.
Mike, would you like to give a sign-off?
Yes.
And Sheila and Christina, please take me back.
Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking pie hole. Fuck.
Hey, guys, he's hired.
He's in.
So,
congratulations.
So this shit doesn't get edited out like last time. Epstein didn't kill himself, and we'll leave it at that.
All right, and Mike, anywhere anyone wants to follow you or anything?
No, please don't.
Don't follow me. You got the same thing as Swiv. All right, cool.
Well, I mean, that was the same shit as last time. Just don't.
If you guys like listening to us,
consider donating.
Why would they?
A brewing page where I brew beer and I post stuff, and it pretty much has been taken over by the podcast when I was doing podcast stuff. Insomniac Brewing on Instagram, Insomniac Home Brewing, maybe. I don't know.
It's Insomniac Home Brewing.
There's only like 2 other people that are going to listen to this, man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out.
I mean, they're already followers.
Podcast. We're gonna probably start streaming some shit on Twitch at some point. I might do some like video game gameplay. You guys can listen to us just being shitheads outside of us talking about dating apps and all that shit. So definitely give that a look or follow or subscribe. I mean, I don't fucking know how any of that works. We're trying to figure it out as we go. But thank you again for listening to this episode. We have a format.
We love you.
Don't follow it. So
wait, Eric, is this going to be uploaded to Last FM?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
All right, everyone who is listening, go follow us on Last FM. We need all the Scrabbles we can get. They don't have subscribers; they have Scrabbles. We need Scrabbles, Eric.
I don't know what Scrabbles are. How do I spend them? I can't go to a store and spend a Scrabble.
I'm looking at it right now. Kanye has like 1,500 Scrabbles. That's Kanye. We need to get up there. We need them Scrabbles.
We gotta Scrabble up, boys.
You're trying to Scrabble right now, boys.
Scrabble?
I have a Donnybrook, but I go for a Scrabble.
You stop recording.
Introduced.
No, I'm still recording. You want to
do
you want to close it out finally?
I did close it out. Thank you for listening. The 100th goddamn time to the reboot remix of the Insomnicast.
Come on.